So I covered, what do I hate? One of the big things I hate, um, liars. I hate being lied to, and I hate when people are being lied to. I hate when people are being misinformed because, I don't know, personal ethics, professional ethics, like a big part of what I do is I know how important it is for people to be informed so they can make hopefully good decisions. But when they make bad decisions, at least they were made aware. Like when I work and I support people, when I put my name and my credential on something, I mean it and I stand behind it. And it's based on what I know to be best practice, evidence based practice. So I present it to people, something like a behavior intervention plan for one of my students. Parents have to have that reviewed with them, and I have to answer any questions. And if we need to make changes, for some reason, we do that. But I have to give them the opportunity to have informed consent. It's really important. So I'm committed to that. And I think a big part of, like, I wasn't always good with communication as I am now. I wasn't always that into the idea of addressing conflicts with people, but I do now. I lean into it. And I understand how important it is to have the truth, to get to the bottom of an issue. When people are struggling with each other, a lot of times it's based on miscommunication, misunderstanding. Um, the fundamental truth of the thing is what the problem is. We have to tackle that first. We have to dig and find the truth, and then we can work together and figure it out. And I worry that a big part of what feels like is ripping America apart. And again, I don't think it necessarily needs to rip the country apart. I think we have an opportunity to reimagine America for the better for all of us, not this direction that, somebody who wants to be a dictator, a party that just wants to rule over us without our say. That's not the version I'm talking about. I'm talking about a much better version that where we all have a say and we all get an opportunity to have a fair America, or more fair. And I recognize that it might take time to get there, but having an opportunity to have an honest conversation about that is a good thing. So I'll say that about this moment. It's scary. It's harming people. It's devastating. Um, and there's a lot of destruction happening. But for those of us who aren't going to go along with it and see that it is time to have the conversation again, and it's always been time to have that conversation. It's just maybe a lot of us just needed a big kick in the butt to be honest about what it is that we want. Because having an idea of what you want is the glue that helps you, or the motivation to drive you forward through a dark, dangerous time. So, what do I love? I love my country. I do love America. I love many parts of what it means to be an American. Like, I have a very mixed background. I'm a mutt, like so many people in this country. Like, I have roots um, uh, with American Indians. I have roots with the Irish. I have roots with English people. My grandfather was from Wales. I have roots with people from Italy. My grandmother grew up in Palermo, and the my family migrated here many decades ago. I'm a third generation an American, and it wasn't always so difficult to get into this country and become an American. But this country is a tapestry of so many different people from all over the world, and also, yeah, many have always been here. And that's the part that kind of breaks my heart a little bit, because like American Indians and Latino Americans, many of them have always been here for the most part, going back a long, 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 long time, long before this country was settled. I love how different we all are, and also how much overlap we all have with one another. And I believe in the promise of America. Like, I still believe in the American dream. I want that to be something that's more achievable for all people. And we've made it really difficult for a lot of people now because of very wealthy people. And that's happened many times throughout history. And I'd love to buck that trend. I don't know if I'll see it during my lifetime, but that's also part of it, is because, like, in America, you're allowed to dream. You're allowed to speak your truth. You're allowed to say that, this can be a more perfect union, right? Like, that's among the writings of our founders. There are, like, I believe in our Declaration of Independence. I don't think it's perfect. I think there's areas where it could have been improved. Same thing with our Bill of Rights. I think we need a second Bill of Rights. Our Constitution, off, it's also an imperfect document, but it has greatness to it because it was written in the stripe of revolutionaries, people that knew change was going to be needed, so they made it possible to amend it, right? So it's still a revolutionary document. Our laws, there's a lot of work to do with our laws, but they give us a framework, and we have rights. This country, we do have rights, and the challenge with those rights is when we get complacent and we stop invoking them. Like, there are people in this country that have a rich history with really fighting for their rights, really fighting for what America promised them. And America has broken its promises many, many, many times before. And I'd like to see a lot of that remedied if we can, because I believe in keeping your word. I believe in honoring your oath. If you've made an oath, you should honor it. I believe in accountability. I believe in truth and transparency. I believe in trying to make this world a better place. I believe in selfless service. I've served. I still serve. I serve as a civilian now, but I served as a member of the Army National Guard while I was working full time as a civilian in multiple jobs, putting myself through school, choosing a career path that, yes, is all about trying to make a difference, trying to make people's lives better. And I think the world would be a better place if we all felt a commitment to each other, not just out of selfish impulses. Like, you have to take care of yourself. You have to think of yourself sometimes, but ultimately, it's one big community on this big marble in drifting in space, spinning pretty fast, rotating around the sun. And our it's funny. I didn't learn until late in life that maybe I don't. I'm surprised that I missed this point in science. But our whole galaxy is hurtling through space. It's not like a stable thing. Um, so anyway, like, I love the promise of America, and I love that we have certain freedoms, and I want to keep those, and I don't want to see those lost in my lifetime. I don't want them to ever be lost for people, but it feels like that's what's happening right now. But, like, African Americans, when after the Civil War, after the Civil Rights movement, after Jim Crow, they fought like hell in the courts to get their rights. Women fought for their rights. The suffragettes, um, women's suffrage movement. There are so many in our history, and it bothers me that our history is sort of being revised for people that are uncomfortable with the truth of what happened. And I think part of being having like a strong character is being able to handle difficult truths, understand them. It's important to carry that and learn from them. Learn so we can recognize the signs when they're coming, when they pop up, and understand the paths to something better, and understand that there are going to be people in your way that don't want those things to happen. And we have to also learn how to overcome those challenges. We only get there through education and creating opportunities and creating strong people that really believe in the principles of this country. And we need to develop some new ones. I think we need to have a better understanding of, or like, we need to develop a new vision of America that takes hopefully the best parts of what we've had and it gets closer to meeting and fulfilling the promises that have been made to all of us. It's a commitment that we all have made. And I don't think it's right to go back on our promises, and I don't think it's right to trample on other people. So I guess I combine the love with the hate because, it's a duality of man, right? Um, but yeah, that's me. Um, if this triggers you somehow or what have you, I would just, before you make a nasty comment or something, just sleep on it. Consider that there's another person on the other side of this thing. I am not coming after you. We are not enemies. I am just trying to be a voice to connect with people that are experiencing real hardship right now. This is on a very unsettling time, and I want to connect people back to some hope because there are signs that there's some cracking happening. Like the protests are getting to these people. Um, Sorry, my cat. There's signs of weaknesses. They're worried about the midterms. They're trying to, if they can, like set up a context where they can say that if the Democrats win, they cheated or whatever. Like we've heard this before. Um, Again, I hate the dishonesty and I hate the lies that are coming out of these people's mouths. Again, scapegoating immigrants, claiming that they're getting all these government benefits or whatever, which is not true at all. It's not true. Um, these lies about how it's somehow legal to kidnap people and rendition them to places and turn them into slaves at for-profit prisons that these people actually profit from. Um, their Fourth Amendment rights are being violated. Their Fifth Amendment rights are being violated. Sixth Amendment rights are being violated. I believe their Eighth Amendment rights are being violated. And in some cases, we're seeing issues with the 10th Amendment. Um, anyway, so I love my people in this country. I love people all over the world, but like that's what America is. Like we are a nation that people come here for opportunities, and we should be proud of that. We shouldn't be suspicious of people just because they came from somewhere else, because that is us. That is America. I am America. I'm a veteran. I'm a third generation American. I'm a mutt. I'm a white dude that wants liberty and justice for all people. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, right? I believe in our Constitution. I think we should change it once in a while to update it. We should add more to it. Certain things got to go, I think. Like, I think the 13th Amendment that basically allows slavery, I think that should go because that's been used to hurt a lot of people. And I think there's a better way to do criminal justice reform that actually addresses the heart of the issues. I'm not saying like prisons are going to all completely go away, and I'm not saying all cops are going to go completely away. Hit me up sometime. I have some thoughts on the matter, but I'm not an expert in that particular area. I just happen to understand that the system isn't working for us. It works pretty well for people that want to profit off of suffering. So, you guys take care of yourselves, and we don't have to agree on everything to be Americans. That's part of America, is that we can disagree and we can still coexist. I don't hate you just because you have a D or an R or an I next to your name, how you register, how you vote. I just want us to understand the fundamental truth underlying everything. And sometimes that requires us to ask hard questions. Are the people that I'm listening to being honest with me? And unfortunately, with a lot of our media, the answer is no. So it's kind of like that saying, like, trust but verify. So yeah, like part of my real quick, part of the small business that I started, um, part of that is I wanted to give people tools to increase their media literacy and political literacy, um, kind of general literacy, because I saw that being a big problem as I was watching social media, as I was listening to people speak in the media and respond to the media, make their own media. I had some very unsettled feelings about all that, and I got really worried. And unfortunately, my worries were well founded to be very justified, and now we're seeing the result of that. So that's a problem. It's a big problem. We've got a lot of work to do together. So use your voice, invoke your rights. If you're going to talk to another person, consider there's a human being on the other side of that and try to have some empathy. If they're angry, try to find out why. Just ask a handful of questions. What's got you so upset? Like you say you hate the Republican Party. Why? What's going on? What did you see? What did you hear? You hate the Democrat Party. But what do you mean by that? Do you mean like the leadership? Do you mean like the whole party? Because that's a big group of people that, like, what do you think they believe in? What do you think they want to do? How do you think they want to get there? You hate Trump. Okay. What are the top issues that upset you about him? Is it all based on things that you can objectively see that he did and said? How did those things impact you or people you care about? It's okay to get deep and have a real conversation. We got to reconnect, folks. We got to have the hard conversations. We got to find the truth. I love my country, and to be honest, I love all you guys. There are some that I'm worried about. Some that I'm worried about. Some that are supporting what most people who understand what fascism is, that's what they're supporting. And that's a mistake. Every time that ideology takes hold and people move in that direction, it causes a lot of unnecessary destruction and hurt. And then it takes a long time to recover. Let's not go down that road any further if we can. All right. You guys take care.